You please.
Good morning, everybody. This is Stacy Turner, and I'm so glad you're here with us for our DMOpro Zoom and that we're back together. I know that it's a very busy week for everyone with Thanksgiving, and you probably have family coming into town, or maybe you are going out of town, but I don't know about you. I needed some extra encouragement and accountability this week because my goodness, it's easy just to kind of set back, and we've had a lot of things going on the last couple weeks that really threw off my schedule and sort of how I do business, right? I'm used to doing business where I am doing events and then follow up from those events. And so that's just not going to happen for me over the next couple of months. So just switching my brain into a different mode, getting to making sure I'm more intentional about being on social media, meaning I'm actually posting, not scrolling. That's not the same thing as being on social media. Tagging people, doing some Zoom events that I can invite you guys to once I get those dates. But yeah, it looks a little bit different, and I think that's an important aspect to realize. Like different seasons of our life, even within the same year, can change how we do business. And the cool thing is we can shift and we can find some other way to do that if you're not able to do events, or if you are able to do events during a certain time, to really pour into those and do quite a few to get all of that stirred up. But today, I told you guys we were going to talk about two things, some Thanksgiving tips for this week, working our business this week. And then the second is let's all check in. How are the conversations going so far about the Black Friday deal and Cyber Monday? How are you guys using that? How are you incorporating that? And so we're going to start today off. I just think it's really important if we're going to be effective this week. I want to give you guys the tools to do this. So I'm going to teach you how to lose your friends and uninfluence family at Thanksgiving because, if we're going to do this right, we want to do it really well. Okay? So I'm sure you're going to be tuned into this. So the first thing that we're going to make sure that we do to lose our friends and uninfluence our family is when people are bringing in their dishes for Thanksgiving meal. I really want us to be the critique and the criticizer of the ingredients. Definitely ask if they have gluten, if they have dairy. If they do, for sure go into why those are not good things for them and why you will not be eating that food. Make sure that you're like really adamant about that. I'm not going to be eating that. So you want to point out the bad ingredients and make sure that they understand they should never bring that back to a meal, right? Okay, the second way to lose friends and uninfluence family when we are at Thanksgiving would be to ask questions and discuss bathroom habits at the dinner table. Definitely while people are eating. I mean, we've got super biome, lots of conversation can go around that. So, I mean, that's a great time since everyone's going to be at the table. Definitely bring up those things. Within our Juice Plus community, we're fine with that. So I think everyone in our life should be fine with bathroom habit talk at the table. So go ahead and bring that into the discussion multiple times if possible. Like just be looking for that opportunity so you can throw that super biome in there. Third way to lose our friends and uninfluenced family is, since you have everybody together and they're all sitting at the table, then you're just going to bring in a TV, your props, and everyone's primed right there for a presentation. So just go ahead and give them that presentation. So you need to make sure where you set up the table is strategic, right? So that they can see the TV, or you could even bring a projector and project it behind you. But since everybody is all there together, prime time to just go ahead and do that presentation you've been wanting them to come to, and they haven't so far. So that's a great one. Fourth way is you want to stand by the dessert table. Okay, so as people, like certain people that come back to that dessert table, you want to make sure you loudly start talking about the dangers of sugar and the impact that sugar can have specifically to them. And we talk about that 30 seconds of boldness. Sometimes you're just gonna have to slap that pie out of their hand, take their plate away, and then definitely that's when you go into the discussion about things like insulin resistance. Again, you can just reiterate that the importance of fruits and vegetables. You could offer them some of the kale salad you brought instead. Make sure that they know that there's an alternative and why that's not good for them. But I mean, you could stay there probably quite a while, and then as multiple people come in, you get to have different conversations with them. So that's important. And the last way to lose your friends and uninfluence your family over Thanksgiving is look for every opportunity and every conversation, even the ones that you're not involved in, like you haven't been invited into those conversations. Go ahead and insert yourself into those because they just didn't know how much knowledge you had to bring in. So go ahead and put yourself into that, and you're going to look for as many ways as you possibly can to say the most impactful 5 words. And that is Juice Plus can fix that. And you have to say it with like conviction, like that, like everything. If they're having car troubles, Juice Plus can fix that. If they're saying, that they're just not liking their job anymore, Juice Plus can fix that. Like all the things. Even if it doesn't really apply, that gives them a reason to circle back to your conversation and see you as somebody who has, added value into conversations. So I think it's important for you guys to be able to just really be impactful this Thanksgiving. So I hope that those tips have helped you and that you're going to be able to use and incorporate those well this week. And I can't wait to hear the results of those, of how those conversations go. No.
I would pay somebody to do a play like that, a video that we could share, right? That was brilliant. I loved it.
Yeah. Okay. So is that really the best way? Probably not. So let's just zip our little brains back to 2 ways that we can actually be helpful. All right. The two things, if you can remember, or 3 things, I will say. Be the example, not the expert. You don't have to critique people's dishes that they bring in at Thanksgiving. Thank them for bringing something. Don't bring up bad food choices at Thanksgiving, right? Just be the example. Bring a nice, colorful kale salad, and other people will try it. And some people might ask you for the recipe, and that's a good way to have a conversation with them, right? So be the example, not the expert. Have the pumpkin pie if you want a pumpkin pie. I mean, personally, I think pumpkin pie is a vegetable, so it's technically a salad. That's how I'm going with it this year. I think that's totally fine. So I don't think I'm eating a salad. Like make jokes like that, right? Like they want to see you're not perfect, that you're like them, but you've also found something that's really helpful to you, and they'll be interested in what you have to say. So you want to be interested in them, not interesting. You're not trying to find a way to bring this into every conversation, but you are listening for ways that might be that things that are in their life that you could go back and have one-on-one conversation. So instead of presenting at the whole table, you're going to have one-on-one conversations, and you're going to dig in a little bit. Like you mentioned this, or even later on, it may not be on Thanksgiving Day that you get to have that conversation, right? But you can always swing back around to those. If you're interested in them, you're asking lots of questions, you're finding what that need is. And then you can be a resource to them. And that's that third point. What resources can you share? And because they ask for them or because you had a conversation with them. And really being the example over time is the important aspect. And if my brother-in-law finally ordering Juice Plus after 23 years is not an example of that, I don't know what is. I mean, I really was shocked that they ordered, and grateful. I was very thankful that I had been bold in conversations where they didn't like it. Like I was mocked at different conversations that they had. I didn't hear the mocking. I heard it from somebody else, but like I knew what I knew, and I know that what I have to offer them through this nutrition is super helpful to them right now. And so I gently and kindly introduced it to them multiple times. And then when they were ready, they ordered, and I didn't even know that they were going to be ordering. So hopefully those things will be of help to you guys. Anything you guys want to add to that? Anything that I may have missed that you have found through the years to be helpful in like family gatherings?
I have one, Stacy.
Okay.
I thought of it as you were talking about your brother-in-law, and that is saying, if you'd taken Juice Plus 23 years ago, you might not have this cancer right now.
Oh, right. I should have put that in the how to win, how to lose them. That's a good one. Blame and shame. Oh, we could add that number 6. Blame and shame. That's a good one, Martha. Marcia. Anyone else?
I know you could bring, if you had a sugar display, you could stand over by the dessert table and show how much sugar is in everything.
Visuals. Yes, bring those visuals in, Patty. That's a good one. Make sure that they see that. It could be like part of the decorations. Like you could have some, the wooden pumpkins, the sweater pumpkins, and then you just have the sugar packs. Perfect. Yeah, I think that'll fit right in. Especially if it's an orange Fanta, it's kind of the same color scheme. Yeah, I think that's important. Not Mountain Dew, it's gonna throw off the colors. So pick a Fanta. Good idea. Anyone else? How about good things? Did I miss any of the actual things that are helpful?
No, but I love the idea of bringing something healthy. What's funny, my niece asked me to bring whipped cream, and I'm like, ah. And I know personally, actually, if you guys, anybody has a great healthy recipe for whipped cream, let me know. But I know there's a coconut one out there. But to be honest, I don't feel like taking the time. So I'm going to go to the health food store and see if I can find some good options.
Yeah.
You can buy one. You
A
can buy a
healthy one.
coconut whipped cream. It's just like Cool Whip. It's in the bucket. It's like five,
Okay,
$6. Do
perfect.
that. And I was gonna say, I just make a healthy pie. They
Yeah.
have no clue. I make it gluten-free. I make it dairy-free. They have no clue.
And then they get to try something healthy that does taste good, right? Like Gwen's not going to be eating pie that tastes horrible. I mean, go put your calories towards something else. She's going to worked on a great tasting pie that she brings, and they see that and they might ask her for the recipe. They might ask her why she's gone gluten-free. They might like it could lead to a conversation. So be that example. Great idea, Gwen. Yeah. All right, let's switch gears to Black Friday deal and Cyber Monday. It's the same thing. I don't know if you guys realize that it's the same thing. It's just extended longer. So I just would say like it's the details I think that might be tripping some people up of just not understanding what is what and who gets 25% off and all of that. So we have a couple of things. The win back campaign, that was a list of people who had canceled all the way back July of 2024 through today, and Juice Plus has already identified those people. They've already sent at least one email to them, most likely a couple of emails. So if that overwhelms you, don't worry about it. Your NMD will have the list of those people that were canceled that are specifically under you. To be honest, guys, the list that we got was super confusing. It was very hard to dig through. It was difficult to extract the information we needed out of it to give it to everyone, but there is a way if you really want it, your NMD can help you with that. And if your NMD needs help getting that information out, tap into Doug Farrar because he had a way to use AI to get that, and he was able to help us. So like I have a list for my people that are not under an NMD underneath me, just my direct, and I can send that to them. But we don't have to get super overwhelmed by that because the company is reaching out to them multiple times and they get 25% off if they use the link in their email. So I don't think it works if we send them a cart. They have to use the link, if I'm understanding right. And of course, the email that they would have gotten that link through with that offer for 25% off. If I'm wrong on being able to send them a cart, somebody correct me on that in the
You
chat.
can send them a cart, Stacy, but they
Okay.
have to check out with the email on that list. It can't be like one of their many emails.
Yes. Okay. So make sure that they're using the email that they got the percentage off from. Okay. Thank you, Sharon. So that's one way. And then um, and they get 25% off of whatever is in that offer. I think it's most anything. And then so that's just to a certain number of people. Okay. So then if we're just gonna, I would say kind of let that go. don't put a lot of time into that because the company is reaching out to them multiple times, and you kind of know who's missing off of your list. You could go back to them specifically. But they have all the way until December, end of December to do that. So again, that's kind of why I'm saying don't worry about that so much right now. We've got some time with that. The second part would be our Black Friday deal, where 25% off of one time, 1 month orders. So it's just like if they want to try something, if somebody's been wanting to try, that's the 25% off. And then for subscriptions on our essentials, so the capsules, the gummies, the superfood powder, and the super biome, where they're doing a 4 month subscription, then they get the water bottle and Luminate. If they do the quad, they get 2 boxes of Luminate. So it seems like a lot to me. Of course, you guys know I had to get all my information together and like put it in a graphic of my own making because I just was struggling putting it all together. What can we have? What isn't, what is available or whatever. There's some really good resources that corporate and the field have put out there, but it's really just a good reason to have a conversation. Something to remember if you're working with people who are getting to QSC or Partner Plus, if they're people do the one-time orders and they get the 25% off, then you don't get as many points on that. So if you're working towards getting somebody to QSC, you might really want to watch those points. I would count those points as like extra bonus points, but still stick to the sticky note of, 3 part to Partner Plus, 3 orders to Partner Plus, and then 9 more to QSC. And then any of those other orders like Shake or Omegas or any of those that come in, that's just kind of extra points that get you there. But you're still going to need the structure of the customers, 7 customers to QSC. So I would focus more on that, just like you would typically do it. So if they do get the water bottle and the Luminate, if they're doing a trio subscription, that does not affect your points. Okay, so keep that in mind. Those points would still be 300 points for a trio capsule order. So I think that that's imperative to remember. But I'm wanting to hear from you guys. What's work?
Stacy,
Yes, go
Stacy,
ahead.
do you get to do a healthy starts on that Black Friday?
Yes, yep, we can do the healthy starts. And if you have a customer that was a canceled customer, they were on that list and they come in and they do let's say they put a trio order in, they get the 25% off because they were a canceled customer, and they get the Luminate and the free water bottle, and they can do the healthy starts as well. So they stack for those, which is nice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So you guys tell me what's working for you. What's working in conversation, in text messaging, in emails? Like, how are you reaching out to your customers, and where are you guys seeing some traction? Um, are you waiting until Black Friday? We again have until December 1st to put that into place. But a lot of people like a Black Friday thing. There's things on my list in carts that I'm waiting to see. Like, is this going to go on sale? And before I buy it, one is a vacuum that mops and sweeps, and I love that thing. And I have one at the Airbnb, and I want a new one here at the house. But I was waiting to see, like, is there going to be a Black Friday sale? So that it very well could be a conversation that some of your potentials are having in their mind. So reaching out to them as well. You guys tell me what's working for you.
Stacy, I've been going back to every prospect I can imagine in my phone. I think it's under workplace or whatever you describe who they are. I've always put Juice Plus prospect. And so it's bringing up a ton of names for me, and it seems to be working just to be reaching out and kind of with that sense of urgency, and you don't want to miss out. So
Are you building them a cart, Patty, when they get back to you?
I am.
Okay. And are you starting to see that they're placing the orders, or it's just
I am right now. I have 6,
Mhm.
so I'm happy with that. But I'm aiming for 10 before the end of the month.
Very good. And are these subscription orders like of the capsules and gummies, or are they more the 25% off?
I got both, and it's funny. I was actually kind of surprised because when we moved, I got rid of so many water bottles, but people are really excited about the water bottles and the Luminate. So I am getting the subscription orders also.
Very good. Thank you, Patty.
Mhm.
Anyone else?
I have a clarity question.
Yes, ma'am.
I was looking at the bottom of the graphics that they made, and the Black Friday deals say that they're good until the 28th. And then, sorry, and then Cyber Monday deals, there's a gap in there. So does it stop on Friday and then it goes back again on Monday and there's nothing for Saturday and Sunday?
Somebody look at the Cyber Monday. I'm pretty sure it starts on the 28th through December 1st.
Okay. Okay, that's where I was missing the date. Okay.
I'm pretty sure. But
Oh,
yeah, it's more than one, it's not just Cyber Monday.
okay. Okay. Just wanted to
And-
make sure on the dates. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. And remember that December 1st is a Monday. It's in the new business month. So trying to get them to do it before. But like then you could last chance kind of thing for Monday. And just the way that the company is now moving, there'll be, we can expect something new in December, another incentive of some sort, because that's the trend that they're doing. And then also in January with the reset program, I know that they're working on some things with that. So it's never like if you miss this one, you miss forever. It's just a good reason to kind of give us something to reach out, like Patty's going back. She's being intentional. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. This gives us a reason to be intentional with certain groups. And yeah, go ahead, Marcia.
I wanted to share what I'm doing, and this is not my idea. And since she's on here, I'm going to give her credit. I would anyway, but Anita Coward came up with this, and I thought it was a great idea to invite people into a gut reset for 30 days in December. And with the thought that, it's busy times, let's not focus on all the things and, try to do a shred or a reset or anything like that. Just do gut reset. Order the 1 month of the super biome and just do that, and let's just see what happens. And so that's the way I'm inviting new people in, and existing customers and whatever as well, to do that. So it's just I'm calling it one simple change. It's one simple change you can make for December.
So tell me, Marcia and Anita, I would love to hear from you guys both. How's that working? Like, is that it's giving you something like you're saying to reach out to people? Are you finding people buying and purchasing that, or just really like what's that look like?
Well, actually, Anita and I are getting on the phone later today, or on Zoom later today, to actually lay out exactly how we're doing that. We did a group in November for 10 days, and we did a 10-day reset. So we have those people in a Facebook group separate. We're going to start there. We're going to educate in there, and then we're going to invite other people into that group and do it. So we haven't actually moved into that plan, but today's the day.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. Keep us updated. Anita, anything you want to add to that?
Sorry, I just finished my shake. I might cough. No, I just thought, I am known as the food police around here. And so just telling people you can get a deal on this super biome and then just pay attention, like be intentional about your, you're walking around in Sugarville. Like if your cravings are changing, pay attention. And then we can do a really big launch in January because their gut is ready to receive those healthier options, maybe a little more intentionality. But I just think it'll make my holidays happier, and I'll maybe win some friends and family. So
There you go. Yeah, definitely we want to hear how that's going. Anyone else?
Stacy, I'll add an idea that if you notice on your upcoming subscriptions that are going to ship between now and the end, between December 1st, and someone's got a trio or a quad, it might be a fun idea to offer the incentive, the Black Friday sale, and just say, hey, I'll be happy to walk you through how easy it is to cancel your existing order and get in on this freebie if you want it and get 2 or 3 free gifts.
Yes. Yeah. That's a whole
Takes a minute to do that, but then they get to try the Luminate and they're getting a water bottle. It's branded. It reminds them of Juice Plus. It's extra value. Um, I think people love to know when they can get a good deal.
right. And it shows that you're paying attention, and that that you take the time to offer that. Yeah. That's
And that you're looking out for them.
Mhm.
Right. And, because now they have control of their own orders, we're not we're not doing the same amount of customer care that we did before, even though I think we can. But I think that this is just a way to reach in and again be very relational to them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then if you get on the phone with them, I mean, it might all be done through text, but if you're able to get on the phone with somebody, boy, you get to tell them thank you for being a longtime customer.
Right.
I wanted to add that actually you don't need to cancel that order that's already on the books. You can postpone it the 4 months or the 1 month,
Yes,
and then you don't have to re-enter all the information. You
that's
don't have to start over.
that's a fabulous idea. And though you would have to cancel the new order 4 months from now so that they don't have 2 of them.
It depends what they're ordering, whether if it's a subscription, yes.
Yes.
But if it's a one-time order, then you can just postpone.
You're exactly right. Yes.
Yeah. And they can order more than one thing. So, for the 25% off, like they can have, a superfood powder, a super biome, and a shake order in there and get 25% off of all of that. So if they're wanting to share. Now, remember, those are off of like, a higher price point because it is a 1 month, then I still think like the best price for them is in the subscription side of things, but they would save a little bit doing this 25% off. But yeah, it's
Actually, Stacy, they
yeah.
can get 25% off of 60 servings of the complete.
Mhm.
Even it's a one-time shipment, but it's 60 servings. It's the regular price that we always pay. So, I mean, I'm mentioning it to partners to buy extra. They're great stocking stuffers. I mean, it's kind of a fun way to get a little bit of extra stuff. And I've had people say, yeah, I'm going to give some for Christmas presents.
Yes, yeah, that's true. That's 60 servings. Like I have a gal that opened a food truck and they're going to do smoothies there. She just has never ordered and she is a partner. Like she's another one I can reach back and say, look, you could get as many one-time orders like as you want of these and get to 25% off to get you started. So, yeah, I think it's a great one. Marcia, your hand is up again. Did you have a question?
Yeah, I just wanted to add something. Amy Getz reminded me, y'all, if you have not seen the Zoom that Amy did with Dr. Pam Popper, you want to make that a priority. There are so many nuggets in there that will open up so many ideas of people you can talk to about superbiome. It's just and Juice Plus, but thank you, Amy, for making that happen. Just want to say that publicly and just say if you haven't seen it, you've got it. It is long. And Amy did a fabulous job of just managing the Q&A, but the Q&A is to me was just as engaging as what she had to say. So she was very giving that night, and so it's something you definitely want to put in your library to hold on to and share with people.
Yeah.
Thank you, Marcia. I just have to thank Julie Herbst. She was the one who arranged that Zoom, and then last minute she wasn't able to MC it, and so I did. And though I think we were all blown away by what we heard, it was fabulous.
And for those of you new into Juice Plus, like Dr. Pam Popper was our like professor, or was to me when I was first starting with through VoiceCom, which we now have Voxer, but it was a really difficult way to send messages of training to people. It was what we had then, right? And she would send us, I don't even know, maybe weekly, daily. It felt like we just were, she was in our ear teaching us about GERD, leaky gut syndrome. This is 20 years ago. She was having these conversations and educating us so well. Very forward-thinking doctor, and was such a big part of, I feel like, the education of just gut health in general, but just so many things. She would just teach us about so many great things, and it's how I gained confidence in really starting to share Juice Plus. And so there was something I wanted to actually, no, I'll wait. I'll save this for next week. I'll save it for next week if we're all able to meet together. But thank you guys for sharing. We're at 30 minutes in, so I don't want to keep chatting. But thank you for your input. And I hope you guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving. I hope you use my 5 tips at the beginning to really ruin those relationships well and set yourself up. No, just do the opposite of all of them and we'll be fine. But you guys have a great week, and we will talk next week.
Thank you.